So it was not meant to be for England, but we're back on the Sheffield Wednesday grind. And Danny's been speaking about finding hidden talents. Hello and welcome to the video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing let me know you like the channel and everything we are doing here. We are just plodding along, getting the news out, getting stuff sorted, and it's been great so far. So Danny Ruddle has been turning around and saying how he's looking for like hidden gem, diamonds in the rough kind of thing. And the transfer plan has gone well so far. And if you look what we've done, we've got 9 players in and we're probably not done yet. Now, here's the thing. I thought when Kevin Beadle came in as head of recruitment, this was a very smart piece of recruitment by Chansiri. It's someone who knows how to find players. He did a cracking job at Cardiff, Arsenal, Man United over the years as well. Now, we're always looking to find players that maybe someone's not heard of. Maybe they've not seen them as afar, or you look at like the likes of Charlie McNeil. Maybe there's a player there who's one for now, but also in the future could be really good going further forward. Danny's been speaking to Stan. He says, so far so good. We are doing really well at the moment. The chairman is really pushing and supporting me, so it's a big thank you to him. I think we have a good balance between some experienced ones in, but also some interesting young players. I think this is the challenge for us. I have a good balance. I want to have this. This is important in those tough leagues to have this balance, and at the moment I'm happy with the process. So it's good to hear that Danny's looking at the bigger picture and having the balance of experience and youth. So that's something we spoke about, that maybe in the past we'd had too much of a squad that was very, very old and too much experience, and there wasn't much progression, and that has been something that made it so we had one of the oldest squads in the league. We're trying to push away from that. But when he said getting the young players in, the ones that you can look at getting maybe a bigger transfer fee down the line, he's also got to think of this as a business. We need to try and find out about sell-on value as well, because we haven't done that well for years. If there's an opportunity to have a player go for a lot of money, you take it. You take that kind of chance, because we haven't done it. And that's how the football business works. You buy players and hope you buy them on the cheap, and then afterwards you try and make it so it's easier then, but we'll see. He goes on to say, we're still working on some positions. We're working on them. We know that when the league starts, we need our squad together, and even then, we still have a chance to do something in the market. He goes on to talk about identifying different strengths in the coming weeks. Role claim the focus is falling on finding diamonds in the market to complete their squad before the window closes. He goes, it's difficult to say a number, but of course we look for some positions. We'll continue speaking it ahead of confirmation of Chalobah free signing. I think if you at the position we have signed in, I'm very happy with the full-back position. It's a good challenge. We have done something in the wing position. We've done something in the striking position. All we now need to have something in midfield. It's important. We want to do something in centre-backs as well, and then we can go forward. It's important we have nearly the squad ready to train with them. We are close. Not final, but we are close to that. Then it's about hopefully finding some diamonds in the market that are about timing, what happens. But the crucial thing for me was going into pre-season with a good squad. And this is the thing for me, right? One of the things that we lacked from the Sisco era, and I say era, it wasn't really much an era, that part of it. We got him in late, then we got players in late, and then we were having to play catch-up. We're having to play catch-up because no one had played together, really. We hadn't had a pre-season properly. So you didn't have that chance to bond. You didn't have that chance to train together. And this is the thing. They go to Germany this week. I believe it today or tomorrow. They'll be going to Germany to go do the next part of their pre-season camp. And here's the thing with this, right? With Wednesday looking at other positions, we all know we want Ugbo, Pereda, Bernard to sign a new contract. Is there some other players we're not who we're looking at or who have been linked, like the French defender kind of thing? Or is it more of a case that there is going to be some diamond that no one's heard of, and we pull like a bit of a, not a Blackburn, Brighton, even though Blackburn are good at finding good players, I won't lie with that. But Brighton, where they find an obscure player out there somewhere in the remote way of Chile or something, and he goes on to be really, really good. And then you have that kind of thing of going, right, we can build on that. These are the kind of things that we need to look at. Those players where you know that they're about to come up and be good, but they're just not there yet. And I think with Danny and the recruitment team we've got, this is now possible. It is now possible to find these players that people haven't heard of. You could kind of turn around and say last season, Gassama and Masaba were our diamonds that we found. Kind in that sense, with one coming from Monaco and one coming from PSG. Last year, I think a lot of us, when we said that, oh, there's no way we're getting a lad from PSG in. Well, we did. And this is why I'm always a little bit like, okay, let's see what happened. Because you look at what we brought in so far, they've been really good players on paper. And they look decent when you look at the YouTube clips. Like Ola Kabakis looks really good. He looks one that looks very exciting, looks good on the ball. If we get Ugbo, we already know what he can do. That is the advantage of Ugbo. We've already done the loan, so we've had a try before you buy. 7 goals in 17 appearances is a good return, and probably should have had more with some of the chances he's had. If you go and get Paveda at 24, he's only 24, mind you. There's a lot of work you can do there. The thing is that he hasn't had a lot of game time, so his load that when he does start training is going to have to be managed well, considering how well we know his injuries. But again, maybe there's some players there that we've just not been linked to yet because it's not got out there yet, and it'll come late on. And then we'll go, wow, that's a really good player, where we found him. It's been a while since we, like I said, I think apart from last season, since we've had those players where they just come out of nowhere. So you find players like that, you put them on decent deals, you hope they go good, and if then someone like a Prem could come sniffing at a lot of money, you take the money. Kind of thing. You take the money because it's low risk. Low risk, high reward. And I think that's how you look at this window at the minute. A lot of it has been low risk, high reward signings. Granted, they still got to come together and play together and link up and gel. There's still all that kind of cliche to say, and it does. But at the moment, I think we've done a lot of low risk, high reward signings, and I like that about this window. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are we waiting for the next diamond in the rough to come?